We've all been there. Those moments when life breaks us, when pain seems endless and suffering feels like punishment. The weight of loss, failure, and hardship can feel unbearable. But what if suffering isn't meant to destroy you? What if it's meant to shape you? Pain is not a curse. It is the universe molding you into something stronger, something wiser. The truth is, we do not grow in comfort. We grow in the fire of adversity, in the storm that tests our resolve. Like a blacksmith forging steel in intense heat, our struggles shape us into who we are meant to be. Resilience is not a gift. It is a skill earned through hardship. And if we look to the wisdom of the Stoics, we find a blueprint for transforming pain into power. Adversity is a mirror, reflecting back the rawest version of ourselves. It strips away illusion, leaving us with nothing but the truth of who we are and what we are capable of. In our darkest hours, we are forced to confront our fears, our doubts, and our weaknesses. But it is in these moments of discomfort that we find clarity, realizing that suffering is not our enemy. It is our instructor. The lessons we learn through pain are the ones that shape us the most. Strength is not built overnight, but through a lifetime of overcoming challenges. Those who embrace pain rather than resist it find themselves standing taller when the storm passes. The human spirit is far more resilient than we often believe. If you are facing adversity now, know that you are not alone. This is your moment to transform hardship into wisdom and emerge stronger than before. Strength is not built overnight, but through a lifetime of overcoming challenges. Those who embrace pain rather than resist it find themselves standing taller when the storm passes. The human spirit is far more resilient than we often believe. If you are facing adversity now, know that you are not alone. This is your moment to transform hardship into wisdom and emerge stronger than before. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that we should not resent what happens to us, but embrace it as part of our journey. To resist life's hardships is to fight against the very nature of existence. Instead, welcome everything as necessary for your growth. When you see obstacles as stepping stones rather than barriers, your perspective shifts. Actionable takeaway: practice radical acceptance. When faced with hardship, say to yourself, "This is happening for me, not to me." Real-world application. If you lose your job, rather than wallow in despair, see it as an opportunity to pursue a new, more fulfilling path. Adversity is only unbearable when you refuse to see its purpose. Every moment of suffering carries a lesson, waiting for you to uncover it. By embracing your struggles, you gain power over them rather than letting them overpower you. When you stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances, you start taking control of your destiny. Even the worst days have something to teach you about yourself. Ask yourself, how can you grow from what you are experiencing right now? Loving. Your fate does not mean passively accepting hardship. It means actively engaging with it, learning from it, and using it to fuel your transformation. When you shift your mindset to see every experience, good or bad, as part of your necessary evolution, you become unstoppable. The hardships you endure today could be the very things that lead you to your greatest successes tomorrow. When you look back at your life, you will likely realize that the moments of greatest pain were also the moments of greatest growth. So, instead of resisting what life throws your way, lean into it. Find meaning in it. Let it mold you into a person of unshakable strength and wisdom. The path to self-mastery is not through avoiding struggle, but by embracing it with open arms. Amor fati is not just about endurance. It is about transforming suffering into significance. The more you align yourself with this mindset, the more peace and power you will find in every challenge that comes your way. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, once wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way. Problems are not interruptions of life. They are life. Every challenge holds within it an opportunity for growth. By shifting our mindset, we transform suffering into strength. Actionable takeaway: reframe your struggles. Ask yourself, how can this make me stronger? Real-world application: a failed relationship is not the end. It is a lesson in self-worth and growth. Every closed door redirects you to a better one. Instead of resisting pain, harness it as fuel for self-improvement. Resistance to hardship only increases suffering, while acceptance breeds resilience. If you look closely, every challenge you have ever faced has left you wiser. Growth does not happen in comfort. It happens when we push beyond our limits. What if every difficulty was a disguised opportunity? The strongest people are those who refuse to be broken by obstacles and instead turn them into stepping stones. Hardship is a forge in which we refine our character. When you step back and analyze your struggles, you'll find that the very things you once thought were breaking you were actually shaping you. Think about history's greatest innovators, leaders, and visionaries. They did not rise to greatness despite obstacles, but because of them. The person who embraces their challenges with a determined heart transforms setbacks into strength. Each obstacle is like resistance in a workout. Without it, there is no growth. If you push through the pain, one day you'll look back and realize that every hardship was a necessary step in your evolution. The only way out of adversity is through it. Will you let challenges define you, or will you define yourself by how you overcome them? The world does not remember those who ran from struggle. It remembers those who conquered it. Your hardships are not your enemies. They are your greatest allies in the making of a stronger, wiser you. Life is fleeting and suffering is temporary. The Stoics constantly reminded themselves of mortality to put pain into perspective. Seneca advised us to reflect on the brevity of life to avoid getting lost in trivial worries. When you accept that time is limited, you stop wasting it on suffering and start using it wisely. Actionable takeaway: every morning remind yourself that today could be your last. Let this thought guide your actions. Real-world application: if you are struggling with fear, remember that in the grand scheme of things, your pain is but a moment. Let go of grudges, love fiercely, and live fully. Knowing that death is inevitable allows us to live with greater purpose. Most of our worries fade when we realize how little time we actually have. If this were your last day, how would you choose to spend it? Death is not meant to scare us, but to awaken us to life. Don't wait until it's too late to start appreciating the present moment. When you truly embrace memento mori, you stop living on autopilot and start making every moment count. Imagine living in such a way that if tomorrow never came, you would have no regrets. This does not mean living recklessly, but rather intentionally, aligning your actions with your deepest values. Instead of postponing joy and connection, you prioritize what truly matters. The fear of death dissipates when you live fully in each moment, savoring experiences, expressing gratitude, and sharing love without hesitation. The more we embrace our mortality, the more we recognize that every second is a gift, and that alone is enough to transform suffering into appreciation. Not everything is within your power, but your response always is. Epictetus taught that the key to inner peace is understanding what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. When you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, suffering loses its grip on you. Actionable takeaway: whenever faced with distress, ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, release it. Real-world application: if someone treats you unfairly, you cannot change them, but you can control how you react. Choose grace over resentment. Peace begins when you stop fighting battles that aren't yours to fight. Worrying about things outside your control only drains your energy. True strength comes from mastering yourself, not external circumstances. When you focus on your own growth rather than external chaos, you reclaim your power. Letting go is not weakness, it is wisdom. The moment you shift your attention to what you can control, you will find a new sense of freedom. The ability to master your own mind is the greatest power you will ever possess. Imagine how much lighter life would feel if you no longer wasted energy on things beyond your influence. Instead of stressing over the actions of others, invest that energy into self-improvement. The way you react to adversity determines the quality of your life. If you train yourself to focus on what you can control, you will walk through chaos with a calm mind and an unshakable spirit. The Stoics did not shy away from imagining worst-case scenarios, not to dwell on negativity, but to build resilience. Seneca advised practicing misfortune in small ways to prepare for life's inevitable hardships. If you train yourself to endure discomfort, true suffering will never break you. Actionable takeaway: regularly expose yourself to small adversities. Skip a meal, take a cold shower, or spend a day without luxuries. Real-world application: if you train your mind to endure minor inconveniences, you will be unshaken when true hardships arise. Strength is built in moments of intentional discomfort. The more you challenge yourself, the more unbreakable you become. Comfort weakens us, but struggle makes us stronger. When you practice hardship in controlled settings, real adversity feels less daunting. What if, instead of fearing discomfort, you sought it out as a means of growth? Resilience is built long before the storm arrives. Prepare yourself now so you can stand tall when it does. By embracing discomfort, you shift your relationship with pain from something to be feared to something to be mastered. The most successful individuals in history did not rise to greatness by avoiding struggle. They thrived because they met it head-on. Imagine yourself as a warrior training for battle. Every difficulty is an opportunity to sharpen your skills. If you make hardship a familiar companion, it will never catch you off guard. The mind, like the body, grows stronger when tested, so seek out challenges before they find you. Pain is not your enemy, it is your greatest teacher. Every hardship you endure is refining you, strengthening you, preparing you for something greater. The storm you are facing today is shaping you into the person you are meant to become. Remember, suffering is not punishment, it is preparation. The Stoics left us a map, a guide to navigate life's inevitable struggles. Now it is up to you to apply these lessons. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it. Embrace your pain, learn from it, and rise stronger. Your story is not over. The best chapters are yet to come. You are capable of more than you know, and your challenges are proof of that. Let suffering forge you into the strongest version of yourself, one who refuses to be defeated.